Thanks for checking out this horror film review from the Bananalaser Horror Podcast. You can find our full archive of every unedited show at horrorphilia.com. Also, subscribe to Bananalaser on iTunes, Stitcher, and YouTube. This is YouTube. Well, click subscribe. Thanks, and keep on banana-ing.
Hey, yo!
Hey, yo. This is Rolf. Just call me Father Mahoney. Checking in with you, and you are listening to the Bananalaser. Out.
All right, lasers, we're back, and we're continuing our rolling through the 70s with 1975. A small little film called Deep Red by Dario Argento. It stars a bunch of people that you don't know, so there's no reason to read off any of their names.
No, stop.
Okay, here you go. I'll do it. I'll do a few. David Hemmings plays the lead as Marcus Daly. Darla Nicolodi.
Daria.
Oh, okay. Gabrielle Lavia plays Carlo. That's the drunken friend of Marcus.
You happy, Dave?
That's all I wrote down.
I was just pointing out Daria because she's because of who she is. She's a Dario's love interest and the mother of Asia Argento.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No shit. Yeah, that's her.
Pulling out the trivia right at the beginning.
Yo, check it out. Mother of Tears, the fucking last trilogy of the fucking Three Mothers thing, they were both in it together. You know what I'm saying?
Huh.
Her mother, she was in there for a part, and Asia was a lead. So
Did they have a sex scene?
No. Dario tried to talk him into it, but they...
No. Okay, so quick synopsis. A pianist witnesses the murder of a famous psychic.
Why are you obsessed with penises?
I said pianist.
Okay, sorry.
And then teams up with a feisty reporter to find the killer while evading attempts on their lives by the unseen killer bent on keeping a dark secret buried. This film is from 1975. It is a giallo, and those are typically the same structurally in that you don't know who the killer is. It's all POV from the killer's point of view. So if we talk in full about this movie, we might give some stuff away. So what we're going to do is talk spoiler-free. And if you haven't seen this movie and don't want it spoiled, just check out the timestamp and skip the spoiler part, I guess, which I'll talk about later. That sounded really weird.
Just say at the end it's going to be spoiler time.
Right. We will announce when the spoilers are going to be. Yes.
That works.
Jesus Christ. Have I ever done this before? I mean, 2 years. I'm going to quit, I think.
So we're talking into a mic and like you're listening. That's cool, right?
Oh, man. All those millions of listeners I'm just letting down. Jeez. Yeah, so anyways, this is a giallo, and I believe this is around his third or fourth giallo film.
This is his fourth after the Animal trilogy, which he broke into with.
Boom. Which he did those like real quick, right?
Yeah. He did Crystal Plumage right in 70, and then he did Cat o' Nine Tails and Four Flies on Grey Velvet, both in 71. Then he chilled out and did a comedy, and then he came back once again to make a giallo, to make the giallo, if I may be so bold.
Yeah, I'll say right now that, and I haven't even seen all those other films, but this is probably my favorite Argento film. I'll just say it right up front.
Damn.
Yeah, something about the giallo style I love, and I think he nails it perfectly in this movie. Yeah, I love any time that there's a gloved killer that you don't know. You know, you see the killer, and they have it right here at the beginning of the movie. You see the killer like putting on gloves and you know, examining the weaponry and shit like that. I think he did this exact same thing in what movie we do? Crystal Plumage last year. Like the exact same stuff, but it's still... I don't fault it for that. I still love it. Is that weird?
Even killing someone through a window and looking at it.
Yes, it's signature. It's signature Argento. That's what he does. That's they kill somebody through a window. He usually has a gloved killer as the killer.
The hero trying to remember clues of something he saw. I mean, he's done it in multiple films now. And
Yep.
Dave, you know better than I think Alex and I. He may do it in all of them. I don't know.
He's done it in quite a few. I mean, he's only made so many giallos, but yeah, sure. But the memory thing. He's done that time and time again. Do you know that it's Argento himself, fucking in those scenes with the gloves? It's his hands.
Wow.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
What the
You could bleep that out.
Yeah.
I gave away the ending already.
Jesus.
Now, we could talk about who got killed, right?
Absolutely. Let's talk about some kills, man. I mean, there's one right here at the beginning that is sort of a flashback. I mean, you can tell it's exactly alluding to who the killer is going to be. I just really like the style of all this and the creepy, weird-ass children's music that's playing in the background. How's it go, Dave?
La 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 la.
I mean, I guess if you heard that outside this movie, it'd be fine. But hearing it when someone's getting stabbed to death is just fucked up.
It's awesome. It's fucking awesome. And dare I say, does this remind you a little bit of something that John Carpenter may have watched before he made Halloween with this intro? POV, kid, knife.
Nothing's ringing a bell.
No?
White.
I mean, come on. I mean, Halloween. Deep Red ripped off Halloween.
It did?
That's right. Even
That's
though
true.
Deep Red was made in 75 and Halloween in 78, Deep Red ripped off Halloween.
Oh,
Yes.
right.
Everything
Hey.
does.
Hey, since we're speaking about ripping off, in the middle of the movie during one of the kills, there's a shot that I know you guys know where it zooms in tight on the killer's eye. And because we're not supposed to know who the killer is, that's all we see. You don't see a silhouette. You don't see anything. It's just literally the eye. And it's like the exact same thing that Bob Clark did in Black Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Did you guys think
totally
of that?
Ripped that off.
I mean, maybe it's not a ripoff, but it's very effective.
Billy.
Yeah, but the way it was utilized here, you didn't even see it. We just saw blackness, and then we saw the eye open.
Yeah.
What's great about this, that whole sequence was just fucking incredible with that. What's her name? How about that name, by the way? I'm jumping ahead, but Amanda Righetti.
Yeah, I was going to tell you that. She was in Friday the Remake.
Right.
What the fuck? And how about this? The reason they kept showing you the eye is because a non-killer in the movie wore eyeliner. So it was supposed to throw you off.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Mm-hmm.
It's so hard to not talk about it.
Well, how about this? How about the eye color? The eye color was blue. The killer, when it revealed, the eye color is brown.
Oh, they did the switch?
I disagree with you, Dave. I just kind of watched some clips of this, and it was brown on the tight. Like in the opening, when the killer is putting the gloves on and stuff and putting on eyeliner, it's brown.
I'm not talking about that scene. I'm talking about the Amanda Righetti scene with the eye, when the eye opens up in the blackness that we were just talking about.
Oh, okay.
Unless we were talking about two different scenes. Maybe I was mistaken.
Yeah, I think I mixed it up because I started talking about the eyeliner.
No, we're
Okay,
not.
yeah, that's why I said eyeliner. I was like, what are you talking about? Eyeliner. I was talking about the scene later with Amanda Righetti when she's, that scene where you just see blackness and all of a sudden you see the eyelid open up and to reveal an eye. That eye is blue. And at the end, it was brown. Man, I just think you're obsessed with the brown eye.
Goddamn right. And my dick. Can we talk about our dicks? Well,
Can I get credit for something real quick?
is it going to spoil shit?
No.
Okay.
During the first kill, I figured out who the killer was. Now, is this simple to everybody, or is it just me?
Because of the hair? The way the hair looked?
No, the face.
Wait
It
a
was so
you
obvious.
Oh, yes.
You saw the reveal, the picture /
Yes.
mirror thing?
Yeah,
You saw it.
right away. It's totally stood out to me.
Fuck.
The first time I saw this film,
Wow.
I didn't notice it. Watching it
Really?
this time
I still
for
don't
this, I did, yeah. Because I knew it was coming. So I looked for it, and it's like, boom, clear as day. Yeah.
Oh, cool. So I did get... Oh, wow. Yeah, I noticed right away.
So you got spoiled. That kind of sucks.
Yeah, that does kind of suck.
Wow, that takes away
Oh.
the effectiveness of it.
Mhm.
You know?
Well, you know what I figured they were doing at one point when it was a false reveal with. Can we talk about false reveals? I don't think we could do a spoiler-free review. This is just impossible.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning.
The beginning's fucking brilliant.
The beginning, yeah, it opens up with a theater and a lecture happening with a lady who is psychic, and she can't predict the future, but she has feelings, impressions, and she can understand the present of things that you shouldn't know, which is really cool. And she all of a sudden gets overwhelmed with a sense of, I guess, a murderer who's sitting in the audience, and I love it because we see, while she's freaking out, we see the POV of someone get up and leave, and you instantly know, oh fuck, it's the murderer.
Yeah. Hey, Captain Obvious, sit back down.
Yeah, and no one else thought to say anything. She's there, like, saying there's something bad in the audience.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Rewind.
What?
The killer wasn't the only one that got up. A few people got up, and
They got up to let that person out.
I think one person got up. Yeah.
That's what I always took it as. They got turned off by the fucking, the spectacle of what she was doing, and say, I didn't come here for this. This is a fucking sham. That's what I always got out of.
Well, how about this? I hate to do this. Isn't a plot hole. I'm sure you'll have an explanation for this. This murder that the killer originally did clearly took place about 15 years ago. So why would those thoughts be in this lady's head at that moment? And that kill was obviously done for a really important reason in the killer's life. So it's not like this killer has a habit of killing people or does it presently or anything. Why would there be such vibes 15 years later? And then why would the killer be so inclined to just run around killing it? Even killing the clairvoyant lady because she got a vibe? You could have just left and that'd be the end of it.
No, because she would have found... Somebody would have pieced it together. And I feel like
But there's more to piece together once you kill the clairvoyant now.
The killer's crazy, and the thing that alluded to the psychic knowing that the killer was the killer, this is terrible.
I know, it's hard.
Just left a stain on that person's, presence. Like a darkness.
So it's always on the killer.
Yeah. Like, if you killed somebody, that would never leave you. That would probably, you could never just brush that off.
I could buy that, but who's to say that the killer still isn't killing?
That's true, too.
And how about this? There's a reason for it, because of dealing with the killer.
Wait, are we giving things away, Matt?
That is giving shit away right there.
Is it?
Yeah.
Shit, dude, I
don't
can't
think
do
so.
this.
I don't think that's giving shit away. Big fucking deal. That's not a reveal.
I
mean, yes, we find it out later.
It's one of the reveals, yeah.
It's one of the reveals, but
so
unless
we can't talk about it.
Let's go spoilerific then. Fuck it. You gotta do it.
Yeah, dude, this is too hard.
You can't do it without it.
This is too hard. Spoilers from here on out for Deep Red. Sorry for anybody who hasn't seen this movie from 40 years ago. But, you're probably only listening to this because you're a fan of the movie, so fuck it anyways. So, Alex, what was that thing you didn't want to save?
Yeah.
All right. So, in the beginning, when the clairvoyant obviously blows up this chick's spot, and realizes that you killed somebody 15 years ago, whatever. So she's like, well, I got to get rid of you. So she goes to kill the clairvoyant. And when she kills her in the window, and then the guy goes upstairs, the witness, he walks through the hallway, and there's paintings everywhere. And there was a painting in the left hallway, and in front of that was a mirror. So as he's walking, preoccupied, with the murder, he looks to his left, and he sees what he thought was a painting, and amongst a bunch of faces was a woman's face. And to me, it stuck out extremely. Like, I don't know, maybe the technology is too good these days or whatever. It was a Blu-ray quality viewing. So to me, it was very obvious. So I even rewinded it and looked at it better, which is probably not good for me, in the surprise element. And it was, and then when I saw the lady again, 5 or so scenes later, I knew that was the killer.
Let me ask you something. Did you move anything or change something around or take anything away from here?
You crazy. We're very careful not to move a thing. Why? There's something wrong?
No. I mean, it's just an impression, maybe.
Yeah, that sucks.
That does suck. That takes away from your whole enjoyment of the movie, I would think. And that's too bad because...
Well, no, because they threw you a few like... When the redhead chick woke up above him after the house was on fire,
right
there, I was like, so wait, so they're going back to the eyeliner thing, and that face, they're kind of just that was just a misleading thing. Mm-hmm. And so I still got that, but when it eventually was revealed, I wasn't crazy surprised. But here's the thing about it. I don't think that would have been a great reveal anyway. Because that lady didn't have a big enough role in the movie or an important one in any real way for me to kind of care. And once you saw the pictures of the kid and you remember the beginning scene, you kind of figure that out anyway, I think.
I don't think so because, there's kind of two reveals. Once he figures out that Carlo, his drunken friend, was the guy who drew the picture as a young child. That's supposed to make you think he's the killer.
Oh, because he has a knife in his hand.
Exactly. And he may have even killed the girlfriend, Gianna, or stabbed her. She survives. But I even think that he maybe stabbed her to try and protect his mother. You're supposed to think that. And then there's another twist on top of that, which is he's not the killer. He's just trying to protect the real killer, his mother.
Can you believe that even though I saw her face, when that reveal happened and his head exploded, that I forgot? That was so jarring that I forgot about the beginning of the movie and I thought it was over.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was supposed to do. It was supposed to feel like the climax. Exactly. It was... So, yeah, that's maybe crazy that it still worked. Yeah.
Wow.
Sometimes when I'm drunk, I expand into genius.
What was that?
Okay, since we're talking full-on movie, one of the cool things, there's a couple little red herrings that are maybe not red herrings, maybe they're Easter eggs, I don't know. At one point, Marcus, the main character, the pianist, is trying to find his friend Carlo. He goes, he talks to his mother. She says, no, he's at this address. He goes to the address. He's there with his boyfriend. But he comes in, Carlo, he says, you caught me red-handed.
Oh, look who's here. Caught me red-handed, huh? Good old Carlo. Well, he's not only a drunk, but a faggot as well. Surprise.
Come on, pull yourself together.
And this time I thought, oh, that's them pointing out that he's the killer. He clearly was talking about being with a man, but...
I thought he said you caught me brown-handed.
I was elbow deep in this bitch.
There you guys go again.
Everything gotta go back to sex.
Mm-hmm.
You can't even talk about a movie from 1975 without talking about sex and make references to being gay.
Another line I thought was cool that I just want to point out is whenever the second kill happens and there's all the fucking birds in the house. I don't really know who some of these characters are, but the old lady is talking to the young woman who gets murdered about the birds and how they're squawking all the time and stuff like that. And she says, it's like having a madman in the house. I just thought that was a really cool line because the next scene, she gets killed by a madman, quote unquote.
Amanda Righetti. That's who it was. Her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
The whole fucking sequence is just incredible. And the birds, that's something else that Argento always puts in his film. Yeah, a thing with the birds. Much like Hitchcock, for that matter. I think It may have even been intentional, because Hitchcock did the same.
I'm so damn drunk I can't even remember.
You go on the way you are, and you won't last very long.
Who says it won't last?
Can we talk about his direction in the film? Because
can we?
It is fucking
Terrible,
amazing.
I know.
Get the fuck out of here with that shit.
Dude, it was horrible.
Oh, shut the fuck up. Like, he moves the camera so much. Many times he keeps the shot the same, but it'll be in frame and he'll just move it down or up or to the side swiftly to kind of bring you more into it. And just little things like that at the beginning of a scene or during a scene is awesome. Like, another one was whenever it opened up into the theater.
Yes.
And it went through the curtain. It's just the simplest of things, but it just opened up this world and made it luxurious to look at.
It's incredible. It's fucking something as simple as that one shot with items on a table.
Oh, that is amazing.
Right. It's because of direction, because of the cinematography and the score. All happening at once. Showing items on a fucking table, the way it was filmed, and the music that's playing, everything else, is something amazing. Who would think that? Items on a fucking table. It's just sick. Just throughout, it doesn't get any better. Mm-hmm. His direction's just fucking top notch in this.
Terrible.
Okay, so the score was done by Goblin. I can't help. It's funny how these guys ripped off the music that we used for our Sundown Sax commercial. Can you guys fucking believe that? I'm like,
bunch of hacks.
They ripped that shit off.
Sons of bitches.
A bunch of hacks ripping off our sax commercial.
Jesus Christ.
Unbelievable.
Should be getting checks for this. No, I want to talk about. There's a couple different versions of this film out there. There's the Italian version that's about 20 minutes longer than the U.S. version. And I watched both for this recording. And I'm here to tell anybody out there who hasn't seen either version, watch the shorter version. All the other stuff that is added in is fucking not good. It's fucking boring, essentially. And
cut scenes that were cut by Dario for a reason.
Yep.
That's what they were. That's exactly what this is. Director's cut scenes. A lot of times you buy a Blu-ray or what have you, and this is the deleted scene. And you look, and most of them you understand why. It wouldn't do good with the narrative. It would slow it down or what have you. It's stuff that dialogue that really isn't integral to the plot in any way, shape, or form. And people decided to put it all back in the film and say, "Oh, this is the real Profondo Russo, the Italian version," and watch it. And I agree with Matt. I watched it for the first. I was so jazzed when I fucking got that Blu-ray last year. I said, "Holy!" Because I didn't even know if I realized it. And I put the blue in, and it said Profondo Russo version. And I said, "What?" And I told my wife, I go, "I'm fucking psyched! Oh my god!" And I watched this movie with my wife, and I feel bad because she got fucking cheated out of a great movie because it drags.
It drags. It overuses the score as well.
Yes, it is.
Because the songs are great, and I feel like the style of it fits in perfectly, but there's a lot of scenes, especially about the hour 15, hour 20, where it's just the main character wandering around a house for about 10 minutes, and they're just playing these two songs over and over again, and it fucking, you feel it. It drags.
Is that what they were playing?
Yo, that song fucking sucks. I mean, that's not scary at all.
It's not even scary.
The score is fucking tremendous regardless, though. The instruments that Goblin uses, there's so many different instruments that come into play here. Don't tell me anyone has a problem with the score.
I don't. It just became labored when I watched the longer version.
Yeah, in the longer version, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. In the shorter version, no problem at all. It's funny because it's so jazzy and so up-tempo that you would think it would not give you any tension in the scenes, but it really does. It's just the whole style of it.
It's great, and they just like I said, they use different instruments and they try different. There's stuff with pianos and horns. Then there's other stuff, and they're using that. They're doing shit like that.
Synthesizers and shit.
Yeah. Then they're doing fucking big drums. A part of it, there's a few parts that are pretty reminiscent of Suspiria. Just a little taste of what's to come with Suspiria, but it's definitely reminiscent of it. They do all kinds of different stuff. It's fucking yeah.
I think this score is better than Suspiria, and that probably helps it solidify it as my favorite Argento over Suspiria. I think is the score.
Wow, no shit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, see, I can't knock the score. It's fucking, like I said, it's amazing. I don't know. Suspiria is a different experience entirely for me. It's more than a movie; it's an experience.
Wow.
That's just me. We'll get to it when we get to it, and whatever. Although everyone does like to make the comparison. It seems that everybody, not everybody, but it seems 90%, dare I say. Well, what's your favorite Argento? It's almost everyone answers Deep Red or Suspiria.
Suspiria, yep.
That's usually what people answer, and it's a fair comparison to make.
I have to watch both again, but I can tell you, I've watched a lot of Dario Argento in the last year.
Thanks, Dave.
Yeah, and
Good, buddy.
I saw, what was it? I saw...
You saw Bird?
Bird, I saw Pneumonia, I saw Deep Red, I saw Crystal Plumage Bird, and what was one more? Oh, Suspiria.
And you're going to see more.
I'm missing one more?
No, I said you're going to see more.
Okay. And the best one, Pneumonia was good, but because it had Pleasance in it, which is pretty funny. But the best one had to be Deep Red to me. It had the most impact, and even though I really like Suspiria, I think I have to watch that again and not during the daytime.
Aha, right. Suspiria is something, in my opinion, that you immerse yourself into.
Yeah.
It's like being put into a snow globe, like a different world, and shaken up, and fucking everything going on at once. It's its own little world. To me,
you're right.
Is an incredible fucking giallo, probably the best giallo there is
ever made ever.
And I can't
even
knock
better
it.
Than Friday 1.
Why would I knock it? Well, Friday 1 is obviously inspired by this.
Yeah,
Just
that's
like
what my
Halloween.
girlfriend said. We watched this last night, and she's like, "Oh, so this is like Friday the 13th." Like, well, yeah, kind of.
I mean, that's what's great about giallos. They were the slasher genre owes to the giallos as well, and to Argento and company.
And what about this movie totally ripped off Halloween 2 with drowning the girl in the hot water?
Dude.
What a ripoff.
I had no idea that tap water could get that hot. Like, holy
it can,
shit.
though. I'll tell you that. It can. I have used tap water, and I
cook in tap water. I just heat it up and cook.
You just put the chicken right under the tap.
Yeah.
Well, I have a really sick, ridiculous high tolerance to heat and to hot water. And anything hot, like I can put a lighter under my hand and hold it there probably longer than anybody. In hot water, I take steaming hot showers. Heat never bothers me. I'm all about fucking heat. But I have used a few sinks in my day that the fucking water was hot as fuck. That even caused me to go, ow! So some do. So I believe the steam could fill it. Oh, but then again, let's not shortchange it. The steam was from the fucking bathtub, not the sink.
Right. Well, yeah. It's all tap water. I mean, even then.
Oh, sorry. Do you guys know what he wrote on the tile? Because I saw a word, but I didn't rewind it. I just let it go because I figured that's what I was supposed to see. Did he write the guy's name? Or the girl's name?
He did, but they didn't reveal it on screen. What we saw on screen was just, it was, or something like that.
Right. And that's all we're supposed to see.
And there was more. There was the name. It said, whatever. But
what? She spelled out it was.
I think that's all she said.
You guys don't know who killed me. The person who killed me was, I'm dead. Oh well.
Here's what I think. I think it just basically said the gender of the killer. That's what I think.
I thought the cop knew for sure.
He did know,
after that.
but maybe he deducted by. But see, he wasn't that far along, so I guess not. Because
he called the guy to tell him who it was, but he didn't answer his phone. Remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mark found out later by his investigation in the book and the rhyme and everything else. So I guess you wouldn't
call the cops right away when you find out who it was. Though. Why would you call this guy? the witness. Why wouldn't you call a cop?
It's Rome. They do things differently. Fuck.
He felt fucking obligated because this guy was so into it, volunteering his time.
Okay, here's the problem I got with the movie. Maybe it's not a problem. I just didn't grasp. And I rewinded the whole thing when the guy's in some kind of place where you eat, and the guy's doing the steaming coffee next to him when he's on the phone.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe I just zoned out or something. I don't have any idea how this guy even knew about Amanda Righetti or what she has anything to do with this.
I don't either.
Okay, so what was that?
He got the information from Gianna. That's what he was calling her for.
Mm-hmm. What information?
What did he ask her?
Yeah, I don't get it.
It all came about because of the book. Who discovered the book? Was the book discovered at this point or no?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So he called her. He was asking her something. An address or a name? No, it couldn't have been a name. Was it something about geography? About where something is located, possibly?
Now, what book are you talking about?
I don't.
The nursery rhyme. The fucking... And the book of the... that's what it was. Maybe
the book that led him to the villa.
Yeah, the scary ghost books. The fucking...
Oh, okay.
Amanda
yeah.
Righetti was the author.
Oh, she wrote it? Oh.
She wrote the book, so she had to have known the urban legend or the ghost story or whatever it was.
So that's why the killer killed her. I never knew that. So she would know kind of who the killer was, I guess.
Yes, because she was privy to the house.
Oh, wow. That's crazy. It's funny how some of these Italian films, shit doesn't translate or just is not clear, especially with Argento. So that's cool.
I find subtitles help.
Yeah.
Subtitles of everything, but especially I would not miss out on something like this. It definitely helps with the exposition.
Well, why didn't that lady who wrote the book tell everybody who the killer was?
She didn't know that she was a killer at the time. She wasn't aware of this was even happening. All she did was write a book years ago.
And show her house in the book.
Because of the ghost shit and the fucking... It was a legend. The music and the ghost. Mm-hmm. People thought it was a haunted house. It was just one of those things. And she went into the background of somebody being murdered there. I don't think she probably thought that it was Carlo that actually did the killing. He kind of took the rap for it seems, right? Well, because nobody went away for it. You know what I mean? This guy gets fucking whacked, and nobody gets arrested.
Well,
so I think Carlo took the blame, and when Carlo drew the pictures, he drew himself as the killer, and we're led to believe that a kid did the killing. So I think he took the rap.
Oh, so he didn't go to jail because he can't be tried as an adult.
Right, or maybe the mother convinced him, or whatever. You know what I mean?
Well, what was the body that Marcus found in the villa? Was that the father?
Oh yeah, that's right. The body was hidden.
Right. So nobody really knew he was dead.
So there was no body.
Mm-hmm.
So how could it be haunted?
Yeah, why was the house haunted? That's right. I forgot that because after people moved out, some things happened. That part of the plot, I forgot exactly what it was.
It was just because the playing of the song repeatedly and nobody really understanding why or where it was coming from, I believe.
So it really was haunted. The ghostly echoes of that song that played that day really echoed throughout the house, and nobody was there, so they figured it was haunted. So it was.
I don't want to say for certain.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, either that or they still lived there, and she continued to play that song. That was something I really liked, though, about the style of the killer, was that she did that. Like, I got to get in the mood of killing. Like, so I got to amp myself up, man. Crank up the Megadeth or whatever. If I can play this children's song. That was cool. I like that.
Wow, yeah, that was pretty cool. Like it would be like Michael Myers walking around with a tape player, like when he wants to go kill people.
He's like the kid in Iron Eagle. He has to put on fucking rock music to fucking fly the jet.
He's like Data, where he put the James Bond music and he went through the door. Anyway. Okay, Data gotta go through the door now. Oh shit! Pitches a pow. How about a real funny fucking moment, man? When the fucking glass lands on this guy's face.
Oh Jesus!
I rewinded that like 3 times.
Oh.
That was so funny.
I have to bring something up because of that. Now, did you guys see the scene before where the window closed on its own and the glass kind of tilted forward?
No.
And then 10 minutes later, when he came back, that's when the glass fell on him. So the killer was either already there or the place is truly haunted. I think that's a difference in the cuts of the film, because on the shorter cut, it cuts out entirely the part that I'm referring to, where the window, you see him walking by, it's got the overhead shot, and the window closes on its own, and the glass kind of tilts forward. Which
I don't
is
recall that.
Yeah,
I don't recall that either.
It's not in the short version.
Oh, it's not?
No.
Well, then what the fuck? We didn't watch the short version.
Well, that's what... Yeah, but it's
teasing.
It's strange in that the killer wasn't there. I don't believe so.
She seemed to be everywhere, dude.
Well, yeah, that's
yes, it's true. Well, keep in mind, it's her and Carlo doing things. So, who knows what's what? And who's
so Scream ripped this movie off.
Yeah.
Right. And Bird with the Crystal Plumage did it as well. If you remember, there was two. One was trying to cover up for his wife.
Oh, yeah.
But he wasn't actually doing cleaning. He was covering up. So this is similar to that, and that's, well, in more than one respect, because they're both giallos, but still, that's
so, a curveball. Just another curveball.
It's another similarity that they had with Bird, but whatever. It could have been, so who knows? It could have been either one of them.
Good evening. Hi, everybody.
Jana Bretz.
Yes, Captain.
Okay, who told you about this?
I have my own sources. As it happens, the victim was rather famous around here. In fact, I was listening to one of her lectures this very afternoon.
What was she into, anyhow, huh?
She was a kind of magician. She could read people's thoughts.
How about Halloween? How about the sewing needles? Once again.
That's what I was thinking.
Right.
They totally stole from Halloween.
Once again. Tell me you didn't think of fucking Laura Strode in that fucking scene.
Yeah, Laura was definitely...
Yeah. I think the yarn was the same color and everything.
Right, and she had a blue shirt on like Laura.
You see?
Wait, isn't it Laurie Strode? And you guys think you're Halloween fans. Come on.
I was waiting for somebody to correct me.
Jesus.
Well, I'm sorry. I'm not a Halloween fanboy.
You're not a Michael Myers fanatic?
Jesus.
If it was Jason Voorhees, I would know every character in that series.
I'm the Michael Myers fanatic, and I don't approve of this message that these guys are putting out there.
You guys want to have some Indian wrestling later in the lounge?
What's that?
That's what Gianna proposed to Mark when they were doing arm wrestling.
Oh, like scissoring.
What are we, lesbians?
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
Have you ever seen Indian arm wrestling referred to as Indian wrestling before?
No, is that what she was talking about?
Yeah, don't you remember the arm wrestling scene?
Yeah, I do, but I don't remember her calling it that.
Yeah, she called it Indian wrestling. Yeah.
No, she was saying let's give each other Indian burns and see who could take. That's why she put her forearm out. And then he said, no, let's arm wrestle, I thought.
No, her term was Indian wrestling. That's what it was called.
Okay, I'm going to push your arm down, and you push my arm down, and then we see who's the stronger person, and then we go get a blueberry squishy at my squeegee shop.
No, it's more the teepee Indian, man. Come on, don't be so racist.
Teepee for my bunghole?
Yeah.
Women are weaker.
Oh, Jesus.
I think that a woman's gotta be independent, so she can...
don't start with me about all that woman stuff. It is a fundamental fact. Men are different from women. Women are weaker. Well, they're gentler.
They're what? Weaker?
Yeah.
Gentler?
So that was fun and playful. That was okay. But in your version, Matt, they fucking took that and they just ran
it was so long, and there's scenes with them in the car together that's like 5 minutes long of them talking. I mean, it's okay, but when you're sitting down and watching the full movie, it's just like it doesn't need to be there.
Right.
Yeah, it's not necessary.
No.
Straight up.
Well, but I do like their flirtation, and she's trying to... clearly trying to sleep with him, and he's putting her off. Yeah,
right. Totally, it's great.
No,
Man, I
Jason.
like it.
I have to focus on Jason.
Right. I gotta find this killer. I have
Tommy
no time
Jarvis.
for sex.
It says here I put a chain around his neck and I put him at the bottom of the lake and we're done.
Dude, Friday 6 stole from this movie the chain around the neck.
Right,
And-
right. I was just
Oh
thinking
my
that when he said
God.
it. Yes.
I was just
Inadvertent,
kidding.
but still, nonetheless.
Wow.
I like her.
Everything. The guy's more interested in the killer than the chick.
I do
That's
like
crazy.
her. I like her.
Oh, yeah.
In this movie a lot.
I love her whole attitude, and she's cute, and she's fun.
She seemed like a dirty birdie, though, man.
Yeah, I like
yeah,
her.
exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, because she was so willing to sleep with him.
Yeah. I like her. I like girls like that. But how elaborate is this killer now? This guy's in the house. The guy, not the guy, the witness, but the other guy with him. I don't even know
The
what
cop?
Yeah, okay, yeah, the cop. And all of a sudden, this puppet doll comes walking over, and I don't know what he was going to do to the guy when he got there, but just comes charging the guy, and then the guy slices his head, and he falls down. How is that possible? And
Yeah.
what was the reason for
Because it looked fucking awesome. That's why.
it? Dude, it was
it did.
amazing.
It looked so. I want a gif of that
it's
puppet just coming at you like that. Like it seemed to be floating on air, which was
Right.
weird in itself.
And that
and
laugh.
the laugh, the face. it had like a butler's tuxedo on, like it was
You know
going to
who it
serve him a
looks
drink. Yeah.
Well, obviously, Saul ripped it off. It's a Billy thing.
Oh,
Yeah. Yeah, big time.
But I knew that. I read that when we covered Saw way back when, that the killer in Saw has black gloves when it was Zepp, not when it was Jigsaw, of course. But
Wait, it was inspired by this thing?
well, yeah, because Jigsaw, Billy was inspired by the doll in this movie, and the black gloved killer was an Argento staple, and they did that in Saw as well. Because apparently James Wan is an Argento fan. So
And Pee Wee Herman named his puppet Billy Baloney.
Holy shit.
Mind blown.
you ever bop your baloney? But I think that scene was awesome. I mean,
Incredible.
Sure. And who gives a fuck? Why? Because the woman's fucking demented and fucked up. Why not do it? How's that?
And
She's a
also,
prank-
she would have to let the puppet loose and then run around all the way to the other side of the room on the outside of the house and then jump through at him. Yeah, it's like maybe her and her son were working together on that one.
Maybe, but it's a distraction. And, I mean, obviously we see how it works. It was obviously electronic because when it's fucking bashed in half, you see the fucking gears moving and whatnot and the thing's moving. So
Yeah, and how about when the killer is throwing this guy around and bashing his teeth into the corner?
God. Oh,
That makes me cringe,
oh
definitely.
man, it's awesome, but it's fucking, yes, it's cringeworthy for sure. And
It stabs in the back of the neck.
oh, it's sick. It's a great, see, there are two amazing sequences with those two kills, Amanda Rigetti and the cop.
Yeah.
Just amazing fucking, there's incredible. Shot, the music, the zoom, everything about it, and the fucking, the brutality of it. Oh,
Well, you want to talk about brutality? How about when fucking Carlo gets hooked by that fucking truck at the end? Like, what the fuck? Dude, that whole sequence was insane.
But they stole from Toxic Avenger.
Oh, it's got stolen the other way around this time?
Do you remember how they stole it from Toxic Avenger because Toxic Avenger, Bozo ran over a kid's head and it smashed like a glass bottle.
Mm-hmm.
So
his death was great too, Carlo. Oh,
Argento stole that.
Fuck.
But yeah, it was amazing, man.
Oh, it was when he's just being dragged around. You think that's going to be it, but then the fucking him getting his head crushed too. Just
Now, did you feel bad for the kid?
yeah.
yeah, a little bit.
He didn't do anything wrong. How could you not feel bad for him?
Yeah.
He was just trying to be a good son.
Well, he was gonna kill the witness, and he tried to kill the chick.
He didn't want to kill anybody. He just detained them. That's why that's why his friend Mark wasn't killed in the first place. That's why he just knocked him out. and set a fire,
Oh, yeah.
knowing that fucking if there's a fire, someone's going to call somebody.
Right.
So it was a warning. He was trying to get him to stop. He even said it to him, just fucking clear out and forget about it. So he wanted him to have a brush with death and say, okay, enough's enough now. What the fuck? I mean, come on. I almost just died in the fucking fire in this house, and the killer is onto me and everything else. So, and the stabbing of Gianna, yes, that could kill you. I mean, we find out that it doesn't kill her, but I think that was, they were done protectively. But then again, what does he give a fuck about the Gianna girl, honestly? He's friends with Mark.
Yeah, Mark's got that dick that he wants.
Oh! Speaking of that dick, hold on a second now. Do you guys know that remember when they go to Carlo's lover's house, the transvestite?
Mm-hmm.
That is actually a woman. It's not a man in drag.
What?
I was hoping that.
Yep.
Because when you jerked off, you don't want to feel guilty?
Yeah. I was like, that is the hottest guy I've ever seen in my life.
He had a mustache. They put a fake mustache on him?
I don't know
Or her?
exactly what they did, but it's a woman. Her name is Geraldine Hooper.
Huh. That's like a guy playing Zelda in Pet Sematary.
Is this true?
Yeah, that was a guy.
It's a guy?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay, you learn something new every day on Bananalaser. Wow, okay.
Yeah, we're here to edumacate.
How about the opening scene with the glass and how the glass was stuck to the back of her fucking neck? That was great. Just imagine pulling that shit out.
Ugh.
Every kill was great.
How about that red blood, Alex?
That I really liked. Because
Are you serious?
You've come around?
Oh, yeah, I loved it. No. I think you're wrong. It wasn't the same as... that wasn't that bright red paint. That was totally legit.
It was a little bit deeper red.
Yeah.
Huh? He said it, guys. We have a wiener.
I can't believe that you even are insinuating that it was the same type of blood.
I don't think it was the same,
blood.
but I don't think it was realistic.
Oh, sure. Yeah, way closer. Well, maybe I was expecting the paint, so I was so happy. Maybe that's another reason I really like the movie too. It was because like I said, when I watch these movies, I get lost, and then once I see that paint, I'm like, oh, I'm watching a movie.
Mm-hmm.
But this time, I was like, okay, it's working. It's maybe a couple shades different than the '80s blood, but yeah, I thought it was just fine.
Wow. See,
cool.
it looks like typical Italian blood to me. It doesn't look like it's
Really?
that far out. But then again, Alex, how much Italian blood have you seen?
Oh, like 4 or 5 movies already.
And do you think that this looks significantly different than the other stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Maybe we'll do a screen shot comparison.
Yeah, why not? Let's discuss it further. That's no harm.
This is 18 parts red, and this is 18.
Well, this is more burgundy over here.
How about that old lady when she says, "Who is the killer?" And then remember that old lady that was cleaning up at the house?
Yeah.
And she says, "Well, a maniac, of course. It's always a maniac."
Yeah.
What the fuck, a maniac? I mean, come on. That's something. That's another staple of Argento. He always has these quirky type characters.
I didn't think there was enough. I was gonna
No, there wasn't enough.
ding it for that. He needed a best friend or another friend who was like, not sorrowful or who was goofy or quirky in some way.
Remember the one guy who'd bang his girlfriend in front of you while he was talking to you? In Bird with the Crystal Plumage?
Oh, that's right. I know
Yeah.
what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That was so cool.
Yeah, that was good.
We're gonna have
Carlos'
sex
mother-
now.
Hey, you can stay if you want, but
Yeah,
I don't want to be rude. But
I guess
Carlos'
Carlo's
mother
mother
was
was like that. Yeah.
A pianist. All that fucking shit.
Yeah.
I mean,
She thought he
granted-
was an engineer multiple times.
Yeah, you're forgetting about her because of the end result.
Right. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
So I guess there's at least 2 characters.
yeah, this was incredible, man. This movie is amazing. So is this? So this is his best. So I guess I'm not saying anything new, right? Because everybody says it is his best one.
No, like I said,
That's not true. Yeah.
Or Suspiria, just those two, though, right?
For the like, I would say,
Most people.
yeah, I would say 90%, and maybe I'm not being generous enough.
Well, he's made like 15 movies, so I'm not saying anything new if I'm saying this. If there's only 2 that they say.
The card
No.
player.
Dracula 2000.
No,
No, he didn't make
2000
that one.
says.
That was Wes Craven, I think.
You mean
Oh, I thought that was this guy.
Dracula 3D. That's
3D. Oh, okay.
easy one to mess up.
How about at the end, before the credits roll, is it says on screen, "You've been watching Deep Red."
Classic.
Why? You know what they're trying to tell you? That fucking amazing goddamn experience. Guess what it was, bitch? Deep Red. Remember that shit.
It's awesome.
Has
he done that in other films? I feel like
Suspiria.
He did that on that one? Okay.
He did it in Suspiria. I'm pretty sure he did it on Four Flies. I'm pretty sure he did it with Inferno. Yeah, that's something he does.
It's cool. I love it.
Oh, it's great. See, it always reminds me of Suspiria because that was the first time I saw it. You know, Suspiria was the first Argento I saw, so
Suspiria.
I always go back to that. You know, you have been watching Suspiria because that, like I say, watching that movie is it's an event. You know, so you know.
I am so big in Argento after watching this.
Nice.
I just want to keep randomly playing this.
Did the lead guy, Mark, remind you of anybody?
No?
Yes, the priest and exorcist.
Father Marin? Or
Chief
Father
Marin.
Karras?
Oh, he did look like Karras. Is that what you're going to say?
No, actually, he looks like
Paul
two
McCartney.
people. Yes, Paul McCartney is the person he looks like. Yes. And
What?
that's the obvious one. But he reminds me, and I figured it out this time, he reminds me of fucking Stewie from the Family Guy.
Because of his shaped head.
That's who he looks like. Yes, and he's
Jesus
fucking English. He's like,
Christ.
what the deuce? Rupert,
Which one
I
is
know
Stewie?
when I went in that house and I saw a face in the mirror.
Oh, my God.
Doesn't he remind you of Stewie a little bit?
Which one is Stewie? The
The
dog?
baby.
The kid, yeah.
The football head?
Yes.
Yeah, football head.
What?
He looks like him, I'm telling you. Put up a split screen somehow. Put up that guy and put up Stewie. And it's fucking, you got it. What the deuce?
Get on it, Lasers. Post it on the Facebook group page.
Do you think... Okay, how about this? Don't you think everything really... I mean, I hate to say this. I'm not making fun of it.
Convenient.
Yeah, everything
It's like everything, though.
really convenient. For
Hitchcock was the same way. The Giallos, all these fucking murder mystery type movies, they always are. That's the only knot you could have, but that's why they're movies. But I know what you're saying.
Think about it. A guy, for what we know, a guy kills a girl in a window. From there, how do you even get to this book? How do you get to this song? How do you get to this place? How do you get to this Amanda Rigetti? How do you get to I mean, I don't know. There's so many levels and this wall, and I know it sounds, even saying it didn't sound that hard to do, but I don't know. It just seemed I would never have done any of that stuff. I don't think.
Well, it's like reading a fucking a novel by fucking Encyclopedia Brown.
Oh, I read every one of them. Why? What happened? Bugs Meany did what?
The same type of shit, but they're fun. It's fun to see the mystery unfold along with the lead. You know?
Yeah, but he always knew that Bugs was up to something. That's what you're forgetting.
But that's the fun of these kind of movies. And yes, I mean, you can say that about all of them. Some things are a little bit too convenient. Yeah.
Right.
Hitchcock movies, too. All of them. It's just, it's the nature of the game, but that's just the kind of movies they are. It is what it is.
It's all right.
Yeah, but no, I knew that's what you were going to get at. Because
Like, he found the fucking song. Like, how do you find that song? It's just
How did you
amazing.
find it? The guy was playing it.
No, he didn't know the name until he sort of found the name or something in the store. Like, it doesn't matter. But it was just, there's some weird things I just said, how did he do that? It doesn't matter.
Well, that song is incredible. That fucking lullaby. My God.
I
Did
hope
Goblin
Matt drops-
write that too?
I believe so. Yeah. It's Goblin. Yeah.
Okay.
It's incredible. I mean, fuck, from the first shot to the fucking end, I'm just, I'm so into it.
Oh, yeah.
The first scene, like Matt was saying before with the, when they're in the theater, and just the fucking way it's shot.
Mm-hmm.
It's just through the curtains, like he said before, and everything's red at first. At first you think it's going to be really colorful like Suspiria, because everything seems to be red in that theater. It was just a coincidence. But it's just shot so damn well. It's just one thing after another. And like I said, the score, just everything.
Another thing I love is the Blue Bar, right? It's this little side bar place. Like, I want to hang out at that place. Anytime they were in front of that place by the fountain in that little area,
Yeah.
I felt like I wanted to be there. It's weird.
They all look great, don't they? That's another thing about Argento in his movies. Just the set pieces and and where things are shot. They're just so fantastical, and there's always something to catch your eye. Like even that big statue in the when they're outside that thing.
No, yeah, with the cock. You couldn't tell there was a cock sticking out of it?
I didn't know.
I think it was his tail.
I don't notice anything. It was just a humongous statue. I can't even tell you. I guess it was a guy, right?
No, but I agree with Matt. When I saw the deadlights, I wanted to be there.
Oh, fuck.
Jesus. Okay, well, let's do my favorite part of any movie discussion and give some ratings. Unless
Get
you guys
out of it. Get out of it. That's your favorite part.
Pull the plug. Yep.
Unless you guys want to do a favorite kill.
Oh, how could we not? We gotta have our bananas.
Sure. Okay. Favorite kill, banana split. Dave, you go first. I don't know.
Okay, I am gonna go with the police or the investigator, whatever his name was.
Oh, the guy, the teeth, and then the stabbing in the neck.
The teeth and the stabbing. I mean, like I said, there's two great sequences. That one and the Rigetti. But ultimately, I like the teeth thing. Makes me cringe a lot, and the knife in the back of his neck is pretty fucking badass. It's tough though. There's a lot of great kills, but I'm looking at it as a sequence and the way it's set up and the fucking the doll coming out and everything happening. So that makes it, for me, that's what makes it the best one. But it's really hard to go wrong. I mean, they're all great kills, I think. There's 5 kills, I think, and they're all pretty great.
I like the opening kill, stabbing the father in the shoulder, in the back of his shoulder. That was the best, man. And then the kid picks up the knife, and he's like, fuck yeah. That was just great. No, I'm just kidding. No, that was actually terrible. It was really not good. They probably should have reshot that. But
yeah, they did that for a reason, though.
Yeah.
I know.
It was art.
Yeah. But, so, no, seriously, because of the amazing air-walking doll, the entire sequence, like Dave just said, of the cop getting his teeth smashed in is just... There has to be. I mean, the surrounding the whole thing has to be the best part. But then, you know, it's hard, though, because the gay drunk having his head smashed after being dragged, it's a real toss-up. It's almost like you think that's the better kill, but the other one is so more, I don't know if that's a word, but more artistic. So much more, I'm missing the word much. It's so much more artistic that...
it's even worser.
Dude, I've been up all day.
I would say, yeah, I agree. The puppet, that kill with the cop, that whole sequence is amazing. One of the best in the film. But if it's going for just looking at the kill and the excitement of it, I would have to say when Carlo gets run over, or first dragged and then run over, that entire thing was just... That was a rush, and that you knew as soon as he got grabbed that it was going to escalate into something crazy. You didn't know it was going to get his head run over, but you knew it was going to be something. I mean, just dragging a body behind a truck is going to lead to some crazy shit.
What when he banged his head against the curb?
Right, yeah, like, and that excited me, whereas I felt for the cop whenever he got his teeth smashed and all that stuff. I felt that, but that ending kill, I was just excited kind of to see all that happen. So I'm going to say that one. That's my banana split.
It was great. It was great. They really, like I said,
it's great.
You can't go
great.
wrong.
It's all great.
Yeah,
great.
The Rigetti was really good too. Great setup. It was just trumped a little bit for me, but with the whole setup with the cop. But that was great too. Don't just pass that one over. That shit was great. I mean, ultimately with the burning, I think that looked better, definitely, than Halloween. All around, even the after effect of it.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
But it was a scary setup. Everything when she's there. Remember that doll's hanging in her kitchen. Someone hangs a doll. That's fucking creepy.
Dude, how about this? As soon as she sees it, she touches it. The head falls off.
Mm-hmm.
That's alluding to the mom at the end getting her head fucking cut off.
Holy fuck!
Oh yeah,
that.
Mm-hmm.
Very good. That was a cool scene too. I think the effects for the first scene and the last scene, because of the age we're in now with the blue, they don't look quite as great as they once did.
Right.
Unfortunately, Tom Savini wasn't there. I wish he would have done a movie with Argento like this, but not to be.
Nope.
But
Why,
still.
is Argento dead?
No, he's not dead. But Savini's not doing makeup anymore anyway.
No.
So.
Yeah.
What? He's just doing that stupid school?
He hasn't in years. He does that. He acts. He, does a lot of acting.
He hasn't done effects since the 90s.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
What else does he do? Oh, you just said.
Acts a lot. Does a lot of acting. Fucking bit.
Yeah, he was amazing in Lost Boys too.
Jesus Christ.
He's Tom fucking Savini. He could do whatever he wants.
His middle name is fucking?
Well, so now what are you gonna do?
Kill you. I'm sorry, because I like you. But I have to kill you. I told you to stay out of it. Pack up and clear out, I said. Why? Why didn't you listen to me? Don't you realize it's all your fault?
All right, so let's give a rating for Argento's Deep Red. I will go first since I went last time. I already said I love this film. It's my favorite Argento film. Now, I'm strictly saying this on the shorter version of the film. If you watch the longer version, it's an entirely different rating. The shorter version of the film is a 5 out of 5 for me. I love it. It's a great film. Every horror fan should watch it. If you're watching the extended version, that's probably a 3.5, if not a 3 out of 5. It's that much worse to me. But what we've already talked about, everything in this film, Argento excels at. And the things that I feel weren't given to me were okay. I didn't mind them at all. So I love the film. 5 out of 5.
Nice. Alex, go ahead.
Are we giving our banana split too? The chick?
Oh,
That's
well,
obvious,
it's clearly Gianna, right?
Well, it's going to be. She want to fuck the mom.
Right. Well, I was going to go for the girl with the lizards. It's okay.
She doesn't come from Atlanta lizards.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice.
Yeah, this blew me away, and I felt so satisfied at the end of the movie. And I remember watching it in the first 30 minutes going, so I'm watching something amazing, because everybody said that this is this guy's greatest movie. And it didn't appear that way in the very beginning, but then as it kept going, I found myself never losing interest in what's happening. I didn't want to go on my phone. I wasn't looking forward to the pee break. Nothing. Like, I was just zoned into this, and it was all good. It just kept moving, and it was so stylistic, and I loved so much about it. Even though, I toyed with not knowing that it was the mom the whole time, even then, it didn't really hurt my experience, I guess, because I loved it, and I can't wait to make it a part of my normal life. So I'm definitely, going to get the Blu-ray, and I give it a 5 out of 5.
Nice.
Yes. Nice. Holy fuck. Well, obviously, I love
Hated it.
I love the direction. I love the fucking the score, the kills, the story. It is, like I said at the beginning of the show, it is the giallo. It's the fucking best giallo that I think that there is, and easily one of the best movies of the 70s and one of the best movies of Argento himself. So, yeah. 5 severed heads. For sure. 5 severed by the fucking elevator. Gentlemen!
A solid 15.
This is historical. It's never happened on the show. We've never had 3 people or more on the show ever fucking give all 5s.
Really?
I've been waiting.
I feel like we did.
Waiting.
What about The Shining?
Right.
Nope. No. Alex gave it a 4.5.
Oh, shit.
You son of a bitch. Really? Huh.
Yep. And Alex gave The Thing, I think, a 4.5 or something. Didn't
Yeah,
get the
right,
full
because it
5.
wasn't a personal favorite, right?
I was waiting for one day to be able to say this. And
This is it. I'm
so glad. This is
and it's
Bananalaser.
Argento, Dave.
Yeah, and it's Argento. Yes. So this is our Hall of Fame. We have one Hall of Fame movie, and this is it right now.
Oh, that's wow. That's crazy to think that.
I've been waiting for the chance to say that, and it's finally happened. Fucking awesome. And Alex, I'm very happy because you're relatively new to the
Yeah, thanks. I was gonna say thanks for showing me these because so far everyone that you've shown me I really liked. Like
He's the best.
Bird
Yeah.
and this and
The card
Suspiria. And 4 flies on a piece of shit.
And I've rated him fair. Honest, this is the first 5 I've given for Argento.
It's a 10. It's a 10.
I gave a 4 to Phenomena because it's a 4 movie. I give a 4 to Bird, and we haven't gotten to Suspiria yet.
Oh, it's called Phenomena.
Yeah, what'd you call it? Pneumonia or some shit?
That's what I thought. I was wondering, but there was no sick people in the movie. I didn't know what that meant.
Oh, ammonia.
No, pneumonia. Isn't that PH?
Right, pneumonia, yeah.
PN.
The pH virus? Yes. Everything's got to go back to your dicks. Right.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, amazing. It's a milestone in Bananalaser history, and you, Laser, were here to witness it.
Hey, yo! Banana bites in the dead of night. Fucking laser rip that roll.
Banana Laser wins every time.